Welcome to this quick tutorial on how I speed paint my Death Guard in a kind of Scooby-Doo movie style colour scheme. I love how ridiculous the Death Guard are, and I think this style really reflects that and gives me an excuse to use some more interesting colours. To start off, prime your model with a generic grey primer. It will help if you have some paint that is the same colour to fix some mistakes, as we'll be using this primer as a base coat colour too. However, don't worry if you make some small mistakes. It's Death Guard after all, and sometimes they can add to the look. Next, we're going to use some Gryph-hound orange contrast paint to paint all the metal parts a rusty orangey colour. Shout out to Pete the Wargamer's Death Guard painting video for my use of contrast in this step, and in the next too. We will use Vulpus Pink for all the skin and tentacle areas. I also use this contrast paint to paint the small blood droplets and messy gunk all over the marine to act as a sort of base coat. I use Xandri Dust to base coat the horns, bones and teeth. I applied Mephiston Red to the cape parts. You can choose another colour though, I'd imagine a purple might look pretty good. Next step was the fun one. I washed all the horns, teeth and armour panels with Agrax Earthshade. This was to dull the primer base down and create a dirty and almost greenish finish. I used the Crimson Red wash to wash the red robes. You could use the Blood Angels contrast paint instead of Mephiston Red in this wash, but those were the paints I had lying around. I did miss a step here. I painted the bolt gun strap with the Rhinox hide, but you can use any brown you like, just be sure to wash it with the Earthshade we used previously. Bugman's Glow was applied to the raised areas of the tentacles and skin we painted with the Vulpus Pink to make these areas pop out. After this, take a small dry brush and apply a Shabdi bone on the armour panels, bones, teeth and horn areas. Try to be a little bit careful here, we don't want too much of the dry brushing going on the rusted metal areas. Next, I took lead belcher and dry brushed some areas of the rusted orange parts just to give the impression that this is definitely rusted metal. Moot green was used to paint all the eyes on the marine and also the weird Nurgle demon faces. I then followed up with the newly released Tesseract Glow to make these areas around the eyes glow a little green. I love Blood for the Blood God despite not being a Khorne player. I used it on all the gunky and droplet areas that we coated with Vulpus Pink to really make this marine look putrid. And to finish off, I did a simple Sterlen mud base and painted the base rims with a black colour. I was speed painting this guy along with some others. I just applied a dry brush of Steel Legion Drab to the brown bases. And finally, Nurgle's Rot was used to surround the marine's feet to make his steps even more grotesque. I also coated the base rim with black again to hide the dry brushing errors. So there we go, some Scooby-Doo themed Death Guard that only took about 30 minutes per guy. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. To my subscribers, thank you so much for all the support I've been given on these videos. I know it's really cliche, but it really does mean a lot. So yeah, see you in the next one.